Hi, I'm Brooke.
And I'm Hope.
And this is the Bookish and Bubbly podcast.
I was going to say, your hair looks really good tonight. Is this it just natural?
This was, I blew drew it? Yeah. How would I say that? I blow dried it after my shower. I blew drew it.
I think
No.
it goes after the second word if it's two words, so it would be blow dried. None of it sounds right.
It sounds horrible. Any way you do it.
I blew it dry. I hair dried it. I don't know.
I dried it with a hair dryer.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
And I just went. Normally that makes my hair super, super frizzy, but it didn't tonight.
When you came in, I was like, oh, you look really cute.
Thank you. Yeah. I know. I was like, that was way easier. So I might just do this. But I mean, it's pretty straight.
Looks great.
It's pretty straight. Thanks.
So, we're doing a new type of episode tonight.
Yes. It's exciting.
It's our
Love it.
book club special.
Something. It's our June book club pick.
Yeah.
Don't mind those geese. They're just flying. I was going to say north for the winter. It's June, so they're not.
They're just chilling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're hopefully going to do a book club pick episode. I don't know what we're going to call it. A book club episode once a month because we have been doing our book club at Leonard's. We just had our third one yesterday.
Yes. And we love it so much.
Okay. I literally, the high I get afterwards, I mean, during it is fun. But afterwards, when I'm sitting in my car reflecting, I'm so buzzing.
You're like on a high.
Buzzing. No, literally. And it was really pretty yesterday.
Yeah.
I had the windows down. I was
country
jamming.
music going.
Yes. Jamming in the car.
Yeah.
And I was like, life is good. It felt so good. And I also was just like, we made a book club.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool, man.
My favorite part every time, and this is the third time, but every time we have a book club, we go home that night. We're both feeling it. One of us will text each other and be like, I love you. And I love this life we have built together. It never fails.
So sappy, and I love it.
But it is
yeah.
I said last night, we just read a book and then we're like, should we do a podcast?
Yeah.
And then that started. And then I was, we were tell people about our podcast. I told Zach about ours and he's like, you guys should, or he was like, have you heard of a book club? And I was like, yeah, do it and I'll come. And he's like, no, we're on it.
Also,
and it just
we
grew.
Really need to give Zach a ton of props here.
Oh yeah, this is all because of him.
Really it is, because we had been talking about doing a book club forever. Never would have ever done it, I don't think.
We needed a space.
A space to do it in. Yeah, because imagine
physically and
No, it's perfect.
all the things. We just needed space to do it.
It's literally perfect.
And he gave us space.
He did. Thanks, Zach, if you're watching. I don't know if you'd be watching this one.
We'll find out. We won't say a word to him and we'll see.
Well, he'd have to read. Well, he wouldn't have to read the book, but
yeah.
So yeah.
It's just really fun.
It's so fun and meeting new people and we've had a couple new people each time. So that's been so fun. And I just can't wait to see where it goes because I feel like we'll get a lot closer with the people at book club.
Yeah.
And I of course my mind goes about 1,000,000 miles an hour. And I'm thinking of all the things that we can do.
Like what?
My Twilight party is happening this fall. It's happening with the book club.
With the flag. We have to get the flag.
Yes, the flag.
Yeah.
We're getting that.
Yeah.
Is that this is the skin of a killer Bella? I love it. We're doing that.
Yeah.
Though.
Okay. What else?
Official.
What else comes to mind?
Okay, well, just like events, like for Christmas, we're definitely doing some kind of like a book swap.
A book swap.
Or like a white elephant book related,
Yes.
or like books only exchange, stuff like that. Like we're going to be doing like that. And like maybe eventually we meet more than once a month. And it's like once a month is book club, and then like the Selah Fable, which is like a local book club situation in Columbus. We haven't gone yet, but it seems really cool.
Yeah.
It seems so cool. I've messaged them so many times like, I'm coming. And I never do. Because I fully plan to go and then I just forget.
Yeah.
But I really want to go to that. And if anybody listening goes to that, let us know. And then we want to come.
Or any other ones that are like amazing.
True. But they do a ton of different events, and I like that. Like they'll go to different bookshops. They
do like just for fun events too. We're all about the community, okay?
Yes.
Let's keep making friends.
It's just nice to like people who read, like especially I feel like it's mostly girls. I mean, Sonny showed up at that first one. We did not see him again. But it's just I feel like you already know so much about a person because of what they're reading.
Yeah.
And it's like so much fun to talk about. Like, I don't even know. I feel like it's like this secret little world because it's all these little worlds that we're reading and we get to talk about them with each other. And it's like, oh, you're as obsessed as I am. Awesome. Let's talk about it. Like, I just think it's so fun. I love it.
It's so fun. And it's so fun to see how excited people get too about stuff we're talking about, specifically you, but also everyone else. Like, just like hearing what you're reading, hearing thoughts on certain books.
Yes.
I forget what we were talking about yesterday, but we all were like, like just so
multiple
excited.
times. Yeah. I don't know.
Brooke and I cannot contain ourselves.
Yeah.
Mostly Brooke. I also can't contain myself.
I feel like you got really excited last time.
I can't remember what we were talking about.
You seemed really comfortable. Like yesterday, you seemed really comfortable. Not that you were like
comfortable.
Thank you. I didn't feel like you were like uncomfortable the first couple times, but I feel like I really saw hope yesterday.
You saw me.
I saw you.
Saw me. Okay. Yeah, and I feel like we're all like getting to know each other more.
I know.
It's
I love
different ages.
Oh yeah.
Like different.
We have
loves
moms.
Of books.
We have moms
so
there.
Moms.
Literally, they brought their kids. Love them.
Yeah, babies are allowed at book club.
Yes. Not toddlers. Don't bring your toddlers. I have toddlers and I do not bring them. Don't even think about it. And then we also have girls in high school. Like it's cool. It's really cool. And we've even had people in their 60s.
Yes.
Hell yeah. It's awesome. I love it. I love it. It's so
and
fun.
Everyone's welcome. Like literally.
All are welcome.
Yeah.
Yes. That should be. We should make another flyer, and it's me.
Yeah.
All are welcome.
Yeah, that will definitely not turn anyone away.
I don't think so. Really. Maybe it's like someone in desperate need of help, and they'll be like, "This is it,"
and then they'll come and be like, "Never mind." And the coffee's great too.
Damn, Zach makes a good cup of coffee. I'll tell you what. And maybe next time, who knows? There might be a surprise. I don't want to say that if he doesn't do it. There might be a surprise drink themed with the book.
We got to keep on him.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. How cool would that be, though? I know, right? Yeah. Yeah. No, but the coffee's really good. It's so yummy. And they have gluten-free cookies sometimes.
They do.
That's great.
Did you try one?
The first time. Liv bought me 2.
Oh, nice.
She's like, oh, I just got you another one.
She's like, you are just cookie deprived because you are GF. Load up, girl.
Oh, the GF life is not great, but it's
I feel
so
like
easy
you've
now.
embraced it really well, though.
I have.
Yeah.
It's so much easier than like non-dairy. Shoot me.
That was not fun.
I know. You should be, but I'm not.
We're just going to keep rocking it.
Life is too short to not eat cheese, you know?
Yeah. Milk, we got to stay away from, though.
Yeah.
And the coffee, no. Oat or almond, please. Oh. I'm begging.
I'm begging you, and you should be begging me, too. Because if you mess that up, I will be using your bathroom. You should. That's what you should do. If someone messes it up, you have to use their bathroom. This is on you. I told you, Oat. Don't. Not my problem.
That's the difference between me and you. Like, I would be like,
I
have to go home right now.
I know. We need to get. I want that for you in 2026. Okay, give yourself some time. You need to be able to shit somewhere in a public.
I feel like we need to change the subject.
Oh, okay. We don't have to put this
Anyway.
in. Anyway. Hope gets performance anxiety.
So, what book are we talking about today?
I can cut that out if you want.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
We'll see.
The people will love
I'll watch it back and be like, Brooke, can you take that
Can you
out?
cut that out?
The best thing about Brooke, you don't even know what I'm gonna say, and you're like dying.
Yeah.
Okay, the best thing about Brooke being an editor here is she edits it, and then I watch it back, and I'll be listening to myself talk, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why would you say that? I panic. So I text her, I'm like, great episode, take out this part. Every single time she writes back, I think it's fine.
Yep.
And then I am so non-confrontational that I'm like, okay.
Well, okay, typically, if you say take this out, I will take it out. But you usually are like, do you think this is too, or
And you're
whatever,
like, no.
too fill in the blank?
Yeah.
And I'm always like, no, it's fine.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, great. That's what
Yeah,
I was hoping
that's what
for.
I was thinking too. But
I'm so mean. It's me being lazy and not wanting to do it. I also think it's a funny.
no, you're not lazy.
A lot of the times.
I said yeah.
Well, yeah, it's so annoying. But I also, like, you have to have an opinion too. And I have to be respectful of that. Speaking of,
Oh, boy.
I had a revelation.
Oh no.
You're going to like it, though.
Okay.
You will. I wonder what do you think I'm going to say? No idea, probably.
Well, I'm trying to think of what you just said right before.
It's a revelation, and it
Okay.
was, I don't remember actually how I got to this.
Okay.
I mean, I remember what I'm going to say, but
Go ahead.
I don't. Okay, anyways. I have been wrong when I get so worked up about what the characters look like.
Start over.
Let me soak it in.
Say it again.
Okay. I have been wrong. Praise. It does not fucking matter.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you should be able to picture whoever the hell you want.
Thank
I
you.
don't know why. I think it's that, if you want to get technical, it's that with Jackson sensitive to dysphoria, but I've been learning a lot about ADHD. And one thing I learned was this big deal. Anyways, if you want to learn more, I could do a whole episode for ADHD on you. Okay. I'm sure that's all what the people want. But I was like, I was feeling like you were like, no, Brooke, you're like, basically like I'm wrong. And so I was defending my point until death.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like life or
is
death.
great.
It felt like life or death to me.
When did you realize this?
Like 2 days ago.
Were you listening to the podcast
I don't
and like
remember.
heard yourself, or?
I think, I listened to, it was another podcast. I can't remember. I'll read what she's reading, I think is the podcast I was listening to.
Okay.
I don't know. I've listened to them before. And they were doing a fan cast for the book. They always do that for their episodes. And they were all saying different, most of them were like kind of like the same. And then a bunch of times they were like, this doesn't like what they're described as, but this is what I pictured the whole time.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there like, at first I was like, no, that's not correct. And then I just sat there and I was like, why are you having a visceral reaction to this? And then I just was like, it was an epiphany. And I was like, that's why.
Yeah.
And then I just sat and thought about it. I'm like, you need to apologize to Hope.
No. I just think it's cool to see how other people's minds work.
Yeah.
Like you.
It doesn't.
No, but it's still cool that you could have a story in your mind of people without faces.
It's not cool. I wish I had faces.
But it's on the scope of creativity somewhere, whether it be not a lot.
On the zero?
Well, no, but like whether it's not a lot or it is a lot, like everyone's minds are different.
Yeah.
I don't really think that I'm like artistic at all, but I have like a physical person that will like pop up.
Yeah.
You can still like get this story out of like not even a whole person.
Yeah.
Some people build their own person who like they've not ever seen, but supposedly every person you see, like even in your dreams, is someone you have seen before. That's a whole other thing. But I think it's cool. Like I like asking people like, who do you picture?
Yeah.
And it doesn't bother me. But
Yeah, because you're normal. Yeah.
no. But just like
No, that is normal to not care. Why do I care what you're picturing? I shouldn't.
that's a great point.
Yeah. I've completely let it go now. Isn't that crazy?
Great. So we could talk about it again.
Yes. I'm sorry.
No. It's fine.
I'm truly sorry. But yeah, I was like, we should do a fan cast. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I think we
Like,
should.
I would be down for it now. Now that I won't get ripped a new one.
I'm willing to try now.
Yeah. Because I've mentioned that before and you're like,
I'm like, no, I'm terrified.
I'm literally not going to do that. You're going to literally roast me for an hour.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
This felt very, have you ever watched the Drew Barrymore show?
I've seen clips.
Where they're like.
She's literally like, yes, sweetie.
That felt very Drew Barrymore.
Okay. I love Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I think probably everybody
It started
does.
with Ever After.
Ooh, yes.
She's perfect.
She is perfect. For me, it started with 50 First Dates. I
Yes.
definitely saw Ever After.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe once.
But I
seen
feel
that.
like now she truly is a fine wine, getting better with age.
Yes. I love her. She's like the happiest. She seems so happy.
I would totally have a talk show too. I think, first of all, I think we would rock that. Like if we could vibe
True.
off of the audience too.
True.
I'd probably completely shit myself at first, but then after that, I would be like, cool, but you would really thrive off of that.
I would. I'd be nervous. I was nervous to host a book club, and I was like, so what's everyone been reading?
It's always funny when we start because we're both like,
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
and we like look at each
action.
other and I'm like, Brooke, you gotta do it. You gotta start.
You took the reins a lot yesterday.
Thanks.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, literally.
Small flex, but
Anyways, yeah. So I just
that
wanted
was
to say that.
Where'd we go from that? That was crazy.
Where do we go from there? But yeah, Drew Barrymore is great.
Yeah.
Have you seen? Why would I ask? But it's good. If you're gonna watch a show that's kind of creepy,
Yeah.
it's not really creepy. Santa Clarita Diet.
I've never seen it.
It's on Netflix, and it's her and Josh Duhamel is her husband, and she turns into, I think, is a zombie.
Yes.
But it's like silly.
Yeah.
It's not like The Walking Dead, obviously. Which you have, it's always a jump scare. I forget every single time. It's like you with Shelby and not remembering she loves throwing up glass.
Oh yeah.
It's my favorite. Really?
We'll be talking about guitar and I'm like, that's my favorite. And somebody will be like, Shelby's just throwing a glass. And I'm like, every time. And then I'm like, Hope. This is like you.
No.
It does not matter what their favorite is. Doesn't take it away that it's my favorite.
But if someone doesn't like Mist and Fury, you're fucking dead to me.
Get out of here.
I don't understand how someone couldn't like it.
Or how someone doesn't finish it.
She did finish it.
She did. Never mind.
Just didn't make an impact. So I'm pretending.
Oh, it made an impact.
I'm pretending it didn't happen. We're talking about you, Liv. Because she's going to watch this because she's going to read this book. I'm pretending like she hasn't even read it yet. She didn't even get in there. That's what I'm saying. And then when the time comes that you do reread it, only good things, or
Guillotine.
we don't make the rules. We literally do. I think we should make merch with guillotine on it.
Yeah.
On the back, a giant guillotine. Is that cool or weird?
Might be cool.
Send them to the guillotine. We need like a phrase. I think it would be fun.
I got it.
Yes, go.
Okay. We put like Mist and Fury ? Check yes or guillotine.
Ooh, cute. I like it. I was thinking we need an iCarly remote and have while obviously at some point when we have like a production company and all that stuff. Well, no, whatever. Anyways,
yes,
we're clicking it and like there's sirens going off when we really like a book. There's the dance mode thing. And then
a guillotine drops.
Or it's like, send them to the guillotine. And it's like a big voiceover. I think that'd be fun.
Gun to your head, could you spell guillotine though?
GUILLOTINE.
I always have to look at my phone.
Wait, you should see if that was right.
What was it?
GUILLOTINE. GUILL.
Oh wait. GUILLOTINE. That was right.
Yes!
I never get it right. I'm always relying on my phone I put in GU and immediately it's like guillotine.
Guillotine.
It just knows.
I feel like I've tried really hard to remember how that's spelled for some reason. Because we always text it to each other.
Yeah.
That's why. It's like guillotine.
Yeah.
That's how I do it in my brain.
Yeah.
Anyways. Okay. One dark window. The Hellraiser's here. If you didn't watch our May wrap up, you will not get that. So go watch that.
Yeah.
But we talked about Hope's colorful neighbors, and you should definitely go listen to that episode.
Yeah. Okay. I don't even know if we said this month we talked about One Dark Window at our book club.
Yeah, that's where this all came from. Yeah.
Okay. We both rated it a 5, right?
Yes.
Amazing book.
And everyone else in the circle rated it a 5.
Yes, literally everyone else.
Yes.
Also, our book club, just a note, like if you haven't come to it yet and are wanting to try it and are local to the Columbus area, even if you do not read the book, please come. The majority of the time, we are just like
talking about nothing,
but also everything about books. And then we were like, okay, let's get started with like the actual book, because we always do first hour is supposed to be like a book social, second hour about the book. When we got to the part about the book, we were like, dude, if you didn't read it, like just stay, keep hanging out with us. We had somebody who was halfway done with the book. We had people who hadn't read it at all.
Yeah.
And we had a really great conversation without spoilers. Yeah. Because some people obviously were still reading it or wanted to read it. And it was great.
Great.
So
big fan.
All that to say, try out the book club.
Yeah. Come. Because, someone messaged us and was like, well, we didn't come because I didn't read it. And I'm like, no. Get over here. Get over here.
To the table.
But at the same time, I would understand not coming if you think you're going to have it spoiled, if you like really like it.
I feel like we did a great job of not spoiling it.
I don't know if I'm going to promise that the rest of the time.
Right.
Because sometimes if I'm like, I have to talk about this, I'm not going to be able to hold my tongue.
No.
But anyways, please come. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was so fun. Okay. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig.
Yeah.
First of all, I think this is her first book from what I've heard.
Oh, okay.
I think now she has 3 books. The One Dark Window, Two Twisted Crowns, the completed duology, and then the Moth one, The Night in the Moth, I think.
Yes. Beautiful cover.
Oh my gosh. So cool. So first of all, what a debut book.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was great.
It was so good. I was really surprised.
Such an adventure and like a original concept.
That it was so
we
good.
talked about this yesterday. It wasn't fairies.
Yeah.
Had magic in it, but like a new concept of magic.
It was so nice.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
Didn't feel forced.
No.
I did not think there was any romance in this book. I went in and I was like, okay, Hope, we're gonna have to expand our horizons here a little bit. Because, I mean, I like a good romantasy situation. But I was just very pleasantly surprised. There was a discussion of a ruse, and I said, because
Her ears perked.
I love a ruse.
And there was. It was so cute. No, this book was so good. If you're thinking right now, I mean, we'll get into spoilers later, but if you're thinking of reading it, just do it.
Yeah.
Stop this and go start reading it right now. It's
Yeah.
so good. Do not recommend the audiobook though.
No.
Really not a great narrator. Very monotone, which I don't know if that was kind of the point, because it's a gothic fantasy, which is supposed to kind of be like kind of have some horror and thriller elements in it, and like just dark and moody. So she was kind of dark and moody, but it was like not a lot of expression. So I was like, I was lost, because you also get a lot of information right at the beginning.
A lot of names.
Yeah. So it's like, it feels like what's even going on.
Yeah.
But so I would highly recommend reading it. I actually got like 50 something % through the book with an audiobook, and I was like, I know I am not quite grasping how good this is. I know I'm not. And so I stopped and started reading it. I was so glad I did. I missed so many details. Yeah. And yeah, I'm just so glad I did that. It's so like poetic.
Yeah.
Her writing
really
is so
is.
pretty.
Yeah.
Big fan of her
Very
writing.
like, I could see it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, I wouldn't say it was like colorful. It was dark, but I could see it.
Yeah. I kind of wish we would have read this in the fall. It was so cozy.
Very cozy. I loved all the characters that were introduced. They all were different from each other, and also felt different from other fantasy books that I had read. Yeah. Like, it wasn't just the typical like brooding man and like
He
evil.
is broody though.
He is, but
it's
it wasn't
just different. It felt
didn't
different.
go too long either.
I know.
You know?
I think it's because it's a duology. Because they can't. But even that, their like relationship, I feel like started quickly. Like, or like the fleeting glances and the touches and stuff. Which
I felt like this had very similar vibes. I was telling you to like Quicksilver for me, and I loved Quicksilver. Yeah, but I liked how quickly the broodiness ended in this one. Yeah, like I just felt like it wasn't where you're like, come on, I know you like her. Let's get to it.
It just was like, he's broody, but he clearly likes her. Yeah, and
it was like, there's a little tension. We're going to do something about it right now.
I loved that. And I think it's because it's a duology. Again, appreciate it. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah.
Which, like, the big series are great.
Obviously,
like, we love Throne of Glass. We love Akatar.
Yes.
What a wild ride. But, like, also, we do have lives. So it's helpful to not have to carve out a year of time.
Literally.
to finish these series.
Well, and I don't know. I want to read more standalone fantasies, duologies, and trilogies. Yeah. But even trilogies sometimes feel like 3 books. Yeah. I have to read, because it's like you're just signing up that those are the books you're going to have to read, no matter if you're kind of in the mood for it or not. So I feel like a duology is perfect. Yeah. Like, I really want to get into more duologies. So for the listeners out there, I'd love to hear some of your like favorite fantasy duologies, or ones that you've heard a lot about that you're like, yes, I have to. Yeah. Because can I help you?
How about everyone comes out and starts their car at once?
And again, we're keeping the window open because it feels great. Thanks.
I actually think that's the trash people.
Was he out by your window listening to us talk about this?
No, I didn't put any out tonight.
We're part of the Bookish and Bubbly podcast. Tune in. But okay, so yes, it was so cozy, just the whole thing, but it was also spooky, and I did really love it. What did you think first when you're like, when it was like before she talks about the nightmare and then you hear him in her head? What did you think? Were you like, oh?
I was like, oh, this is new.
Yeah.
I was fine with it. Yeah. Like, I was like, okay, I want to know what's happening here. But I was like, this is new. Mm-hmm. There's someone talking in her head.
Yes. I loved it.
Creepy.
It reminded me of Venom, which I'm sure you're a big fan of Venom. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of that. Okay.
A movie?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. It's Spider-Man. It's not Spider-Man. He's in... there is a Venom villain in Spider-Man 3. But then there's also...
I've seen Spider-Man 1.
Which one?
The first one ever made
Okay.
with that guy and that
Tobey
girl.
Maguire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that. I liked it.
You should keep watching. I want you to
Really?
get into Spider-Man. Spider-Man
I
rocks.
think I saw The Amazing Spider-Man in theaters
Andrew
with
Garfield?
somebody.
Andrew Garfield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know who it was.
Did you like that one? Probably less because that has a lizard man in it.
Yeah. I liked
think
the
that's
first
that
one
one.
though.
Yeah. those are
Except the
great.
part where the thing goes into the guy's back. Is that the second one?
That's the second one.
I've seen too.
Oh!
Because I was like, I don't like it.
Yeah. The third one, I think you would not like Venom. He's creepy.
Yeah.
You would not like Venom the movie. That's Tom Hardy and he's Venom, and it like attaches to him and makes him into this like big guy. I'm kind of confused because he's like good in that, but it's the multiverse. It doesn't matter. Okay, we're not going to get into that because yeah. But also, Stranger Things season 5 is coming out. This
Isn't that like terrifying though?
yes, but
I would not like it.
no, but it's like my favorite show. I mean, The Office is my favorite, but like storyline, it's so good. I do think though, like if you could handle Walking Dead,
Yeah.
I truly think that you could handle Stranger Things.
Wednesday is
Wednesday's
coming out
creepy,
soon.
yes.
I watched that. I liked that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's nothing like that, but I don't know. I feel like can you watch it? It's so good.
How
I
about
don't
you
know.
come over sometime and we'll watch like the first episode?
Sure. Yeah.
But don't hit me.
I won't.
You'll be like right before something happens.
A pinch,
And I'm like,
pinch.
okay.
Okay. I don't know. You'll probably be like, this is stupid.
I'll try it.
I don't know. The fourth season though was so creepy. It was.
See, but I have to live by myself.
I know. I'm trying to think. I would be scared after the fourth season, and I was, but I would tell you to close your eyes.
Okay.
It's like very horror in the fourth season.
Oh.
And you know, I hate that,
Yeah.
but because it's this story, I was fine. I don't know how to
Okay.
make sense of that. But anyways, the fifth season was just announced, and normally I hate this, but I kind of like that they're doing this. They're releasing the first part November 26th, which is like their Thanksgiving. The second part is on Christmas Day, and the finale is on New Year's Eve. So, okay, I know that sounds stupid, and probably everybody hates it. Mitchell hated it. I kind of love it. I feel like it's going to be like such an event.
You're going to watch TV on Christmas though? Other than a Christmas movie?
I probably won't because we'll be with family.
Yeah.
But if my family all liked it, I would watch it. But I'm not, like, my kids aren't going to sit there and watch that.
Yeah.
They'll be terrified. I'm just so excited. It's the final season. I'm just excited.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Okay. Anyways, wow. Oh, the nightmare reminded me of Venom. That's how we got there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could do a quick summary, I guess. Yeah. So do you want to do it?
You can.
I keep talking. Sorry.
God.
Okay. This is the town of Blunder. This is back in, I don't know, Gothic. That Gothic times is not a time, but you kind of get what we're saying when we say that, right?
Yeah. But I feel like people say that.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
Anyway.
And so they're all humans, but there's this like magic system, and this shepherd king, like centuries ago or whatever, made a deal with the spirit of the wood, which was the deity at the time, for like these cards. And I can't even remember why he did that. For fun? For funsies?
Yeah.
I don't really remember.
Was it just to have magic?
Just to have magic. But she she was like, yeah, that's fine. But then was pissed because everyone basically worshipped the cards instead of her.
Yeah.
And so then she made a curse on all the cards. So we have 12 Providence cards.
Yeah.
We've got, I feel like we should say
name
them.
them all?
I think we should, because we're also going to do that later.
Okay.
Okay. So there's 12 black horse cards, which gives you like a lot of like strength and speed. But the drawback is that you become weak I know that one has 12. And so like all the destriers have that, which is like their soldiers.
Yeah.
I think the 11th might be the golden egg. So there's the golden egg. It gives you like tons of wealth, but then the downside is greed. There's the
I think we could get around that.
I agree.
We'll see.
There's the iron.
Sorry, I'm trying to
No, you're
find
fine.
it. Do you want help?
Yeah.
Okay. You went through 12, so you said the black horse,
Yeah.
the golden egg. Okay, then there's the prophet, which you have glimpses of the future, but they're helpless to change the future.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Well, but it's if you abuse the power, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which.
Okay.
Yeah.
The white eagle, you get courage, but the consequence is fear.
Mm-hmm.
The maiden, great beauty, but chills its user's heart. That's a good way of describing it, because I feel like the other guy didn't describe it like that.
Yeah.
The chalice turns liquid into truth serum. The downside is too much turns truth serum into poison. The well, clear sight to recognize one's enemies, but you might be betrayed by a friend. The iron gate, blissful serenity no matter the struggle, but it steals from one's life. The scythe, is that how you say it? Scythe
Scythe is what I said.
okay.
Like the.
The power to control others, but it can cause great physical pain. We've got the mirror, which is invisibility, lifts the veil between worlds, exposing a world of ghost. The nightmare allows its users to speak into the minds of others, but it reveals one's deepest fears. And then the twin alders, the power to commune with the blunder ancient entity, the spirit of the wood. But the consequence right now, no one knows. There's no record of anyone having doing so.
Yes. And there's like 12
Goes
cards.
all the way down to 1.
Yeah. So like obviously the ones at the bottom, like Nightmare, Twin Alders, and whatever the other ones were, they're very rare.
Yeah.
And like worth more, basically.
mirror,
And like Twin Alders right now, no one has it. At least not in this book. So
That we know of yet.
Yeah.
You never know.
well,
Okay. First of all, really quick before we get into it, just the creativity of
I
this.
love it so much.
Like even just reading that
Yes.
again, I got like re-excited about it.
Me too.
Because I was like, ugh, like there's just so much to discuss.
I know.
And Brooke asked during the book club, like everyone went around and she was like, if you could choose one, like what would you choose?
Yeah.
And it was really cool because everyone chose different things.
Yeah,
And
I-
had good reasons why they would.
Yeah.
Which one did you choose?
I was like, at first I was going to say the Iron Gate, because that one it gives you full like peace and serenity in any situation, but it steals years from your life. And I was like, it just depends. Like what does that mean? And like, cause I feel like there's situations where if you have like intense anxiety and you're like, this is so stupid. Like, I just want to feel peaceful about this. And you just tap that card. Like that would be really nice, but I don't want to take years off of my life. That's such an insane price to pay.
Yeah. And you kind of saw it with, oh my gosh.
Which one?
Her name. It just went away from me.
Elspeth?
Yes. Elspeth.
Yeah.
You kind of saw it with her because every time she would ask her own nightmare for help, she was being, you know, she was taking from her.
Yes. Okay. Well, we can get into that after. We should finish this question.
Yeah.
And then.
So all I was saying was that was a good way to see like how when you take from it, they take from you.
Well, and like is it Elm? Yes. Elm, whenever he'd use the scythe, because all of the princes have the scythe cards. I think there's like 4 or 3. And then it's like immense pain. And he says it feels like you're being like stabbed in the gut or something. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
So like,
no thanks.
No thank you. What's yours?
I had said where did it go? The chalice.
Yeah.
Oh, because I loved the scene in the book. So there's a character named Hoth who's, you know, one of the villains. Yeah. And he gives everybody at the table some of the chalice or the serum.
Yeah.
And he's like, here, drinks, you know, he has someone give them to him. And then he's like, guys, I put the serum in your drinks.
It was so
And they're all panicking because they're all holding secrets.
Yes.
But I just, the like, sneaky side of me would be like, yes, everybody drink. Let's play a game. Like, let's talk.
She's stirring it up.
I would totally stir the pot.
Also, I feel like you would love it because you'd have to say the truth.
Yeah.
And you're like,
yeah. Like, ask me a question. Please ask me what I think of you.
yes, I do. I think you're like,
but like,
what are you gonna
also
do?
at that point, like if no one is able to lie to you, you know who you're among.
ooh,
You know?
you're so right.
You know, like there's no games. You're playing a game, but
There's no
it's the
games.
ultimate game.
Yeah.
You know? So
That's
I
true.
would pick that one.
Yeah.
I really loved Kelly said the
mirror.
mirror.
And Jessica, I think too.
Yeah.
They both said that.
And then she was like, you know what? Like, because that's the one.
You can be invisible.
Yeah. Then she goes, at that point, I could take any of your cards. She goes, and then I have them all. She's like, that's a great point.
It's a good point. And they were like, and then there's ghosts around me, which it's like, what does that look like?
Yeah.
Is that like people like I could talk to again? Or is it like,
Yeah.
and I said, I have to know what they look like.
Where we immediately were like,
said,
no ghosts.
absolutely
But
not.
they have all these great points.
I know,
That's
they
why
did.
so many minds, when you're like,
I love it.
answering questions, it's so fun to see.
I love it. Yeah. And then, yes, I said, well, I'll pick the golden egg.
Who wouldn't pick the golden egg?
And then I said, I'll just do like whatever the max it out.
Yeah.
But not without me like getting greedy or whatever.
Yeah,
Max
you said,
it out.
I'll just take $10 billion. That's not maxed out at all. But that was funny.
What can I
that's
say?
what everyone had said though, like different.
Yeah, I don't.
than
Yeah,
any other one.
it just. Yeah, I don't feel like any of the other ones are really worth it.
I feel like we all left the maiden alone,
Yeah,
which is interesting. A bunch of girls, nobody chose the maiden.
but your looks are the least interesting thing about you.
And it takes from your heart,
It's like your personality sucks.
which you can
then.
see in the book.
Yeah.
So,
Not worth it because that's also beauty is fleeting.
ooh,
That's what
Wow.
they say. Okay, so Elspeth.
yeah,
I feel like I listened to so many podcasts and YouTube videos about this before our book club yesterday because I forgot.
we should shout out the Tomes and Tropes podcast.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Thank you because I was planning on doing that.
Becca and Carrie,
yes.
our friends.
Yes, of the Tomes and Tropes podcast. That was extremely helpful, I will tell you that, because they go really in depth into the books.
Yeah.
And like it was really interesting to hear, and also they like picked up on things I did not pick up on. I really liked it. It was really interesting, and they're just so sweet, and they're the best. And also they should start their podcast up again. I bet they're listening too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do it. It was really good. You should go listen to that if you want to like a recap.
You link it.
I'll link it below for sure. Not on YouTube because I don't think we have access to that yet, but on Spotify I will link it. and Apple, I think it also goes to that. Okay. Elspeth's magic.
Yeah.
Everybody I heard so many different things about what people think her magic is. Some people think her magic is like taking the card, absorbing the card. Some people think it's seeing the cards. And some people think it's like something else. To me, her magic, she got infected and then touched the card and absorbed him. That's her magic, right? She absorbs any card she touches.
I would think, but also couldn't it be both? Like she's just a taker. Like she can just, maybe it goes more than just the cards.
What do you mean?
Like if she can absorb the card, like maybe she can do that with other stuff too,
What?
I don't know. That's what I went to, because I was like, well, if she has the ability to just like absorb the card, maybe she can take something from somebody. Or, like
That's
you never
interesting.
know. That's what I thought.
That's really interesting. I never thought of that.
Also, I feel like the whole how she can see cards with like colors, I think that's cool. I am interested to see like if there's anything else
Me
with
too.
that.
Yeah.
Because that's obviously they made such a big deal about that. It's different than anybody else.
Well, so that one, to me, that's the nightmare able to see it because he is the Shepherd King. Spoiler alert. He is the Shepherd King. So, like, he could see that.
Yeah.
To me, that's what I thought it said in the book. Because I feel like that was confusing.
I think you're right.
That it said, like, because she told everybody her power was that she could see the cards. But I remember, like, in that moment, she was like, I can't say I absorb them.
Yeah.
So she technically like kind of has two powers because it's like
Yeah.
the nightmare's power. She's just using the nightmare's power. So
Right.
like,
Yeah.
because he gave up one thing for each set made or whatever.
Yeah.
For each card made. So like she absorbed his soul. Woo. Crazy. I don't remember what he paid for all of them, but that's why she like won't touch any of the other cards or use them because she
Yeah.
doesn't want.
Yeah.
Because the mirror. Because
Yeah.
he was going to have her use the mirror. And she's like, absolutely not.
Yeah. And
no,
even
thank you.
the one that her dad gave her,
Yes.
she was like, it's in my room.
Yeah. It's in my room.
I laughed at that
I ain't
part.
touching that thing.
Yeah. When she told her, she's like, yeah, it's up there.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted to say, which I said this at book club, one of the podcasts I listened to, I do not remember the name of it, but they were way too smart for me. They absolutely shat on this book, but then at the end they all gave it like 4 and 5 stars, and I was like, what?
What were the complaints?
That's like all they did the whole time. They just like made fun of it and made fun of how stupid she was because she didn't know that the Shepherd King was the nightmare, because apparently in a riddle near the beginning it says it basically explicitly,
Like the I become, like how they became one.
Yes.
That could mean many different things.
I know.
Though, not just physically.
Yeah. I feel like I started getting it once she had her like dreams and stuff.
Yeah.
Of the guy. And I was like, oh, is that him maybe? And then like when they were in the ruins, the one dark window, that area, I was like, okay, this is who it is. But they were all like, oh my gosh, she's so dumb. I was just like,
sometimes it's like, can we just appreciate the art?
well, yes, because then they kept saying like, it was just so obvious. Like, why don't you hit us over the head? And I was like, damn, I'm dumb as a box of rocks over here.
We're reading through like, what's gonna happen?
Literally.
I remember you
I'm
told
on the
me,
edge of my seat.
you were like, I only have like 40 pages left, and you're like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yes, exactly. And they were like, I knew exactly what was going to happen. I'm like,
Good for you.
Yeah. They read a ton of high fantasy. So probably to someone who's like very used to that, maybe this is like literally 5th grade work. I don't know.
Okay.
But I was just like, okay, I won't be listening to them again unless I need to. But like,
Yeah.
they're too, yeah. So if you're really smart, you're probably not going to like this book, I guess. I think we're plenty smart.
You know what though? We have a lot of smart chickies in our group,
That's true.
and everyone gave it 5 stars.
That's so true.
And I
Yeah.
feel like everyone genuinely gave it 5 stars.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like we were like,
I was kind of surprised.
yeah.
Not really, because I loved it.
Well,
but
and I said yesterday too, at first I rated it 4 stars, and then I saw your rating for it, and I was like, Hope, what was wrong in this book? Like, why did you not rate it 5 stars? And I think for me, I have trouble because I put it up against my favorite book. Mm-hmm. So I put it up against like A Court of Mist and Fury.
Yes.
And I'm like, or even like Quicksilver, you know, and I'm like, well, like I didn't love it quite as much. Like maybe it was just a little bit under. So then I automatically knock off a star, and I'm like, no, we can have many 5-star books.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have a complaint, which I didn't,
yeah.
it's a 5.
Yeah.
So I changed my
Well,
rating.
it's also, you have to follow your heart, because sometimes you just feel it. That's a 5. And sometimes you're like, it wasn't a 5. I feel like I've done that before where there's not complaints, but it just didn't blow my pants off.
Yeah.
But it's okay. But
I thought it was great.
I thought it was great.
I'm excited to read the second one.
Okay, I'm so excited to read the second one.
But I want to wait so that it's like fresh.
I know, but I like really want to know. Okay, I want to get into theories because I mean, I know we like didn't really talk a ton about all the happenings, but who cares? What do you think is going to happen? Because so originally I thought I know I just asked you a question, but I want to hear your answer. Originally, I thought that the first book was going to be like Elspeth's journey, and then the second one was going to be like, I thought since it's called Two Twisted Crowns, I thought it was going to be Ione and Elm.
Okay.
I feel like they're going to get together.
Ooh.
Because I feel like there was a moment or two, I can't remember, in One Dark Window where they had something, like a little whatever. And I feel like Elm stood up for her a couple. Yeah. I feel like Elm stood up for her a couple of different times to Hoth.
Okay.
And was like, "Do you beat your wife?" or something like that, or that was Elspeth asked that. But like he kind of like jabbed at him about Ione. But at the same, like, there is a line, which this was from Tomes and Tropes caught this, and it was one of the rhymes that the nightmare said, and it was like, woman with, like, girl with yellow hair, whatever, blah, 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 never will be queen. Something like that. Obviously, it was better than what I just said. So, like, it's like, she's not going to be the queen. Yeah. So what is that? Like, what does that mean? It's so interesting.
I think it talked about the girl with yellow hair a couple of times, too. And I was like, wait. Because clearly when they introduced Ione, they were like, she has yellow hair.
Yes. I thought the second book was going to be about those two. Okay. So I liked, though, that we did not wrap up.
Yeah. I just felt like it was going to be a continuation of the story. That's a great point, though. And I could see that. I feel like I don't remember the scene, what you're talking about, but I just remember, like, I feel like they would fit well.
Yes. I loved Elm also.
Yeah, I did too. Funny.
Yeah. So, like, what do you think?
Okay.
I guess.
So, one thing that really stuck out to me was that it said in order to get rid of the curse, an infected blood will, like, have to be shed.
I know. I'm scared.
Well, okay. So
I'm so scared.
So when Elspeth kills, is it Orith, whatever it is, him, and they're like, dude, like, that was the blood we were gonna spill.
Well, I feel like the nightmare really did it, right? Not her.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. But they don't, like, they didn't know that. But so in my mind, this is probably like a huge stretch, but this is where my mind went. I can't wait. So obviously at the end of the book, like, the nightmare took over Elspeth. And so you have that divide between her and Raven now, where, like, obviously they're together, but, like, seems like she's gone. Yeah. I have felt from the beginning of the book that somehow Raven would have to be the one, like, sacrificed because we find out he is infected.
I thought that was the plan.
Which
originally.
At first I did. Oh, yes. At first I didn't think he was infected. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, okay. Which all these liars in Blunder, like, so many you liars. All are like, let's kill all the infections. And then all, like, a lot of your people have it. But
also, why are they killing infected people? Because what is the problem with the infected people? Is it because they have powers?
Probably, yeah. Okay. Yeah, just for power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy. They're killing kids.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So, no, it's fine. So when she killed him and they were like, dude, like, yikes. And then we find out he's infected. Yikes. I was like, I feel like I felt like in his mind, he knew he was going to be the one that was sacrificed. Yeah. Kind of like Quicksilver too. How Kingfisher was like, I'm, yeah. So that's where I kind of went. Once she was, like, taken over by the nightmare, I'm like, okay, I feel like he's going to have to be sacrificed and then they're going to be together somehow.
Where?
I don't know. Oh. That's just where I went.
Okay.
Like, somehow, like.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say how.
Oh, boy.
I
don't know. My hope, I mean, I have no idea because we haven't really read her before. Yeah. So she could be absolutely brutal and just kill off random main characters. Yeah. I feel like they're going to, like, to me, I'm like, it's all going to be happily ever after. Yeah. But it easily could not.
It could not
Like,
be.
I don't know her writing.
I kind of remember, like, not to give away spoilers, but you know how, like, in some other books, might have to cut this out, but, like, people like kind of die, but then they might become like a fairy or a vampire, or like they're still there but they're different.
We don't have to cut that out. We have no one knows what books we're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of what I picture now.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like we have a lot of hope for Elspeth.
Yeah.
You never know. But
maybe Emery will kill himself.
Maybe.
And like basically.
Yeah, we do still have him running around.
Yeah. Because he's the plan right now.
Yeah.
For the king at least.
But also I kind of didn't feel like his story is done either.
I don't either. But also at the same time, like what if he's degenerated so much that he takes that step because he's like,
yeah,
it has to be me. I'm like completely gone anyways. Like it's gonna be so freaking sad if that is it.
Yeah,
it will be sad. Whatever it is, it's gonna be sad. I'm pretty sure, unless we find out like some random person like that's really bad. Like what if the king is actually infected? That would be ideal. Or Hoth. That would be great. Yeah,
let's do
Hoth. Get him out of here. Or maybe Ione becomes. Maybe she becomes infected, but then she doesn't have a cold heart in the very end. My lord. Who knows? Who knows?
I do feel like we have a lot going on here, and one book to finish this.
I know, but I love this.
I mean, they're decent size books.
They are. I do love it though, because it's like I know I'm gonna get the answers. I'm gonna read one more book and I'm gonna get all the answers. Yeah. I love that. And part of it is love Throne of Glass. I know I did not quite grasp that whole thing. There's so many details in that. How could I ever? So even in ACOTAR, I mean, we've only read 5 books, but I know I didn't get all that information. I know I'm missing things. And especially Sarah J. Maas likes to thread the needle throughout from the first book to the last book. So like I just could never hold that much information in my brain. So I do love a duology. It's just so much like smaller and it's just I know what's going on.
Definitely willing to reread ACOTAR to see what I missed, but
I can't wait to reread ACOTAR. I have not.
We keep saying we're gonna do it, and then we keep planning out the future of a podcast more and more. So we really need to carve out some time for that.
We should do it and then do a whole our ACOTAR reread episode. We should do that. Because the other ones were me just recapping the entire thing. So we should do it and just talk about it.
Let's do it. Cancel all our plans.
No. Maybe next year we'll get to it. We have the year planned,
or
basically.
Winter too. Maybe
instead of Christmas books, we reread
Starlight.
Ooh, we do ACOTAR.
Don't play with me.
Hey. Don't play with me. Well, honestly, because those are going to do better than Christmas books. We could do one Christmas book. Frost and Starlight. Move on. Okay. Okay. What? Oh, yeah. Well, so in my ideal world, they are going to now try to save her. And the nightmare is going to help. But I also think he's going to get a corporeal body, like a real body. I think that's what's going to happen.
Ooh.
And I also think that he had I think there was a fling with the spirit of the woods, and I hope we learn more about the spirit of the woods and him. For some reason, I just feel like there's a fling because she feels like a jilted lover by doing all this stuff to him. That's kind of how it feels. I don't know if she's a real thing either, though.
I feel like she has to be. That's what I mean. There's so much.
I love it.
So much we don't know.
But yes, I know. But like, I always feel like that reading. These, I'm gonna just keep going back to I love a duology.
And Rachel, we need answers from the jump of the next book. We want to start getting into it right away.
Yes, but either way, again, we'll be done after 2 books. It just feels like a relief a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. All these unfinished series, I'm just like, I can't keep going around with all these unanswered questions in my head. I don't like that.
Because then also, too, when the new one comes out, you have to reread everything. To get, acclimated with the story. No, we have so many books we want to read. We cannot be stuck on rereads.
Like Fourth Wing. Think about, rereading all of those again.
Yeah.
I mean, I will.
We definitely
I
will,
like
but
it. It'll be fun. But also, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
And those are big boys.
Yeah.
I think what I'll do is listen. That's probably what I'll do.
I'll just read through them.
I know. I'll read them in a night.
All 3.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to think. Yeah. I feel like I want something with Ione to happen too, and I feel like it will.
Yeah, her story is definitely not done.
It's not.
Yeah.
Love Elm.
I feel like she's going to take care of Hoth
I think so, because she's also cold now.
in such a badass way. Like, I'm excited to see it.
So, like, is it forever that her heart's cold?
I don't know though. I feel like, well,
And if they, like, solve all these problems, do all the problems go away? Like, when they unite the deck, I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. Maybe it doesn't even happen. Maybe the Spirit of the Woods is just like, it's fine, I'll lift it.
yeah.
I'll lift the fog.
Yeah. Or do they unite the deck and like all hell breaks loose?
Exactly. Who knows?
It's like, who has all that power?
Because they're still not actually, like, worshiping the Spirit of the Wood.
Yeah. Because honestly, too, like, if the king were to get the whole deck, I really don't think he's going to be like, oh, I'll give it up to save the curse.
Right.
He's going to want the deck.
You're right.
I am right.
Yeah, I bet he just wants the Twin Alders card because you don't know what it is, but it would have to be very powerful.
And then if he has all of them, that's total power.
Because the only reason, again, that they're killing people is because of power. Because no one's, like, killing other people, like, right?
No,
like
only because of the infected.
Yeah, and the infected, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, I don't remember there being a part where, like, the infected people are causing issues and, like, hurting other people.
No, they just have some power.
I hate him. I can't wait. The showdown between the Shepherd King in some form and the King, the Rowan King, is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Ooh, now I just want to go home and read it.
Well, maybe we can and then go back.
I know.
Probably will.
Well, we have to read Summer Friday.
Oh, yeah.
That's next week.
Yeah. And I'm still in the series I'm reading. So.
Off campus.
We're booked.
I'm booked. Okay. Yeah. Anything else?
No.
There's so much, but yeah, it was fun. It was so good. I loved talking about it at book club. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you enjoyed this episode too, come to the next one.
Yes. And we'll be reading Two Twisted Crowns for the next book club, and it's June 13th, July 13th, from 2 to 4.
Yeah, time change,
Not 4 anymore. It's 2:00.
Yeah.
Leonard's be there. And thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, rate, leave a review. Nice things.
5 stars.
And love you. See you next week.
Bye.